Hey guys, Bubba here, and I'm doing a review of my Maxpedition Fatty EDC organizer. I carry this in my EDC bag, and I spoke about it in my Leatherman warranty video that I did on the Leatherman rebar. And I said that I talked about how I carry the rebar in here, and I'd show the other contents, and said I'd show the other contents and stuff. So let's go ahead and start on the outside. This is the Maxpedition Fatty, and it comes in other varieties, and we'll get to that in a minute in the catalog. That's their 2013 catalog. I don't have their new one, but we'll get to the differences on the other ones here in a little bit. Let's start with the outside. Like I said, you have this mesh pocket right here, which is held on Velcro and held closed by Velcro, and it's got the little patch right there. I've heard of guys taking that off, the patch, sanitizing it. They like their pouches to be sanitized. I don't care. They take that off and they take the Velcro off so you can slip stuff in here easier. I usually don't use this a lot, as you can see, so it's no big deal to me. This is 2 inches by 3 inches. This hook and loop panel right here, so you can put patches on there and stuff like that. I don't have one on there right now. And then it is dual zippered, and I think those zippers are YKK zippers, and they're I think that's nylon paracord on there, and they hold up real good, and they may be self-healing. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to look in the catalog, but they have held up real well, and I put, as you can see, quite a bit of stuff in there, so real thick stuff at least. On the back, you got your MOLLE straps here if you want to connect it to a pouch, and you got your carry handle. And then I carry a Night Eyes S-Beaner on here, and this is the number 5. It's 100 pounds, which is 45.4 kilograms. And, these are real cool. I like these. I have a number of them. I used to have some like cheap Walmart carabiners on there, like 75-pound cheap carabiners on there, and I upgraded to these because they're bigger, and you can just hook them on to stuff, hook them on to other bags, or the side of a vehicle. If you have like one of the things, the handles on your vehicle, you just hook it on there and good to go. So let's go ahead and get into the pouch itself, and try to keep it in frame. So I don't carry a lot of stuff. I've seen guys like really pack these things down, but for me it's a organizer, and I prefer to have things organized rather than opening it up and everything just falling out. So that's just me. You want to load yours down, more power to you. So real simple stuff like a pen right here and a Sharpie. And then back here real quick, I just carry some electrical tape, and there's some like a glass repair kit right there, and measuring tape, and I got some well, I don't think I carry them in there, but I carry zip ties over here. And some guys I've heard of cutting this off because they find it obnoxious. I don't really want to do that because I can see a use for it, maybe clipping my keys in there and stuff, but I don't usually clip anything to it right now. And there's this little bungee right here you can hook stuff to as well. So this stuff is real stout. This elastic loop is real stout, and there's lots of them for different organizational purposes. So let's go ahead and get right here, and they're very stout. As you can see, it's kind of hard to get stuff out of them. This right here is my Ganzo G704. It's a knockoff of the H&K 14205, and I may do a review of it sometime. There's plenty of reviews out there if you want to know about it though. And I really like this knife, and I've had it for over a year now, and it used to be one of my EDC knives that I carried every day on myself, and I kind of got some other stuff that I was interested in carrying. So this is my only axis lock knife, and it's a really nice one. I really like that feature on there, and it's a real affordable knife, so I don't mind carrying in there. I used to carry a Case Tech X Exo lock in there, and that's like a little, as I told you, guys, this is some real stiff elastic. So I used to carry a Case Tech X Exo lock in there, and it's a like two and 3/4 of an inch knife, and it just, you know, slid right in there. It did real good, but about, I don't know, a month or two ago, I decided to start carrying this in there. So that's where it rides. Over here is my batteries, my spare batteries. I got these off of Amazon, and I carry CR123s and AAAs in there, because I carry a Streamlight Stylus Pro in my car all the time, so I like to have AAAs in there. And then standard cells for this one, and then this one right here just carries a bunch of extra AA's. I don't have a flashlight right now that uses AA's, but I like having AA's because there's a lot of stuff that uses AA's. And then right here is my Solar Force L2T, as you can see by the cigar grip, and it is a custom model, or I call it a custom model. They're like playing Legos, if you know anything about Solar Force flashlights. This is the lens and head cap that comes with it, and then I bought a drop-in that goes in there, and that drop-in is a XML T6 5-mode LED, and then I got the stainless steel bezel to go on there, and then I got this tail switch, which is an S11 HA3 hard-coated forward clicky stainless steel tail stand tail switch. And I don't have the batteries in there because I don't like it. I don't want it to come on accidentally while it's in there. I keep the batteries right here, and I just throw them in there real quick. And it's a 5-mode, and the 5 modes are high, medium, low, strobe, and SOS. And you got to click through them to get to them, each one. So that's kind of annoying. So I started recently putting this in here because I used to carry a Solar Force L2M in here, and 2-cell unit, and I gave that to someone. So I used to carry, this used to be my bed stand until I got my, a couple years ago, or about a year ago, got my HX200, Insight HX200. So that got replaced, that replaced this. So this is just kind of floating around, so I decided to throw that in there after I gave my L2M to somebody else. So back here in this zipper pocket is my Leatherman rebar, and I already did a warranty video about how Leatherman sent this to me to replace an old PST, I believe it was. And then the only other thing in there are zip ties, and that just rides right back in there, nice like that. And I like that it's a zipper pouch that's kind of away, and I don't carry anything right here because that's where it folds over onto my light. So real simple setup, nothing really out there. I do plan on getting a space pen because I prefer a space pen over a regular pen to go in here, and I may go with something that's a little bit smaller than this tape. Kind of takes up a little bit of room there. I usually only carry one battery carrier in here, but I started carrying the second one in here a few weeks ago, just to have two AA cells with me. And I'm thinking about maybe putting a different knife in here, maybe one that's a little bit easier to get in and out. And I may do an update if I change anything majorly about it, or add a bunch of extra stuff to it. So that's my review of the Maxpedition Fatty that I carry. And then just real quick, to go over some of their other offerings on the type. We have their, this is the original one as far as I know, the EDC Pocket Organizer, and then they came out with these other ones, but they also have the Mini, which is a little bit smaller than that, and they have a Micro, which is almost like a wallet. And then they have the Fatty and the Beefy, and then now they have the Neat Freak Organizer, which is like its own standalone bag. So just to go over why I chose the Fatty after doing a lot of research and stuff, I already have a wallet, so I really don't need the Micro. The Mini is way too small for me, and the EDC Pocket Organizer, it was kind of between that, the Beefy, and the Fatty. To me, the Beefy is a really nice one, but it's just really thick. So I decided to go with, between the EDC and the Fatty, I wanted the extra room, so I went with the Fatty. So the your mileage may vary with which ones you prefer. I have seen a lot of guys use these, and I have seen a lot of guys really like the Beefy. So if you're going to carry a lot of stuff, Beefy's right up there for you. You don't carry a lot of stuff, maybe the EDC or some of the smaller ones right for you. And if you carry about as much as I do, or maybe even a little bit more, if you want something in the middle, I think the Fatty is your best bet. Just to go over some of the specs real quick on the Fatty, which is about the only one I'm going to go over since it's the one I got right here. Your main compartment is 5.5 long and 7 inches in height, and is about 2 inches wide. You bump up to an extra inch on height, and a half inch in width, and a half inch in width, and a half inch in length if you go to the Beefy. So it's substantially larger, and then it's vice versa from that. You lose about a half inch to an inch off of all of them, or it's actually the same on height, but when you go down to the EDC Organizer. So that gives you some ideas right there. And I do like Maxpedition stuff. I think it's a little bit expensive, but I do like their stuff, and I like that they came out with this, and I use it every day. So that is my review of the Maxpedition Fatty. Bubba Tack out.